Hello everybody, my name is Mac Brown from the Fly Fishing Guide School and Mac Brown Fly Fish in Bryson City, North Carolina. Today I want to share with you a couple of tips on wet fly fishing, and I'm going to start off with what most people think of wet flies, where the rod's held high and the water swings the flies down and below. And usually with the high rod, that goes back to the traditional method because the type of material that they used to attach the flies was really inferior to what we have today. I would say the evolution in wet fly today is more in contact wet fly fishing, where we actually have the rod lower and actually follow the flies by pointing the flies, similar to nymph fishing, but we're in contact with the flies. And I usually like to have three flies on at the same time. You can start out with one or two, just depends where you are, but I like to triple. The idea of tripling, covering water and tripling your chances of hooking up. Good for a lot of doubles in the springtime, throwing three wets. The biggest thing with wet fly that I would say is change of direction of the fly as it swings through the water. Usually when it gets down near that bottom 5 to 10 degrees, strikes will happen because that's the change of direction. And the other critical part, which takes, I think, some practice for folks, is to learn to change the speed. So I'm going to talk real quick about 3 different techniques and speed. A lot of times we'll do a hand twist retrieve that looks like this, and you can see all the line is coiled up in this hand. That's how I prefer to on a slower bite day. I might do 1 finger retrieve, 2 finger retrieve, or 3 finger retrieve, and I'll vary that between 1, 3, and 2 just randomly. The other one that I use a lot for a slow medium pull is just a constant pull, and I have the line trapped underneath the middle finger of my rod hand, and I like to just pull constant 3 feet and get back up here, and I might go back into hand twist. The other way that I like to go fast, just my preference, I know there's another one I'll tell you about real quick, but when I do a fast retrieve with the wet, I like to do what's called a push pull. So it looks like this. I stab the rod forward while I strip, and I pull the rod back, and I stab the rod forward, and I pull with the line hand each time. So when I do this, I can retrieve line really quick on the water. Hope that gives you some ideas to play with. Get out and try some wet fly. It's a lot of fun, especially in the fall and springtime. Thanks everybody.